The colony on Viral 9 was supposed to be peaceful. Years of human exploration had made the barren desert planet feel almost mundane. That was until the ground shook beneath my boots. Small tremors at first, then a violent shudder that threw me off balance. I grabbed my scanner, heart pounding. Life signs, several, weak, scattered. I ran toward the source, dust and rock hurling around me as I dodged debris. Then I saw her. She fell from the sky. Literally. Her silver-blue armor scraped against the jagged rocks as she tumbled, finally landing face down in a shallow crater. I froze, adrenaline mixing with disbelief. Viral 9 was uninhabited, at least by known species. But she was alive. A young alien, humanoid but unmistakably not human. Her limbs were long, graceful, yet her posture screamed pain. I knelt beside her, scanning her body for injuries. Her pulse was faint, her breath shallow. "Human," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Please help." Her glowing eyes fluttered open, and my name, the one she somehow already knew, escaped her lips in a fragile whisper. "Evan." My heart skipped. How did she know my name? I had never met an alien before, let alone one that knew who I was. I'm here," I said, voice firm despite the shock. "I'll get you out of here." She tried to rise but collapsed again, skin bruised, armor cracked, and energy flickering in her veins. I quickly hoisted her into my arms. She was lighter than she looked, though her armor made her unwieldy. Her hands twitched against my chest, like she was trying to grasp something or someone. "You shouldn't touch me," she murmured weakly. "Right now," I said, tightening my grip, "I'm your only chance." Her lips parted, but no words came. Her gaze lingered on mine, a mix of fear and awe. Middle, dangerous alliances. I carried her to the colony Medbay, running through dust storms that had been unpredictable all morning. Each step hurt my back, but I didn't care. Whoever she was, she had survived a free fall from orbit. That alone meant she was strong, but she was also injured. Vulnerable. Once inside the Medbay, the human doctors stepped back in alarm. "Evan." "What? Who is this?" one shouted. "I found her outside," I said, carefully setting her on the medical cot. "She needs help now." They hesitated. She wasn't human, but her injuries were critical. As they scanned her, I stayed close, feeling the odd sensation of her fingers brushing against mine. "I don't belong here," she whispered, almost too faint to hear. "My people, they'll come." "Your people?" I asked, adjusting her armor. "Who are they?" She shook her head, wincing. "Not now, later." Minutes stretched into hours as they stabilized her. I watched, barely breathing, while her chest rose and fell. Then, just as she regained some strength, the medbay doors hissed open. 3 armed figures stood there, humanoid but unmistakably alien. Their armor gleamed under the lights, insignias marking them as some kind of military rank. "Sarah," the tallest one barked. "You were not supposed to survive." I stiffened. Who are you?" "They are the Circali," she whispered, voice trembling. "My people." I was captured." "They captured you?" I asked, instinctively stepping in front of her. "Then they'll have to go through me first." She looked at me, fear flashing in her glowing eyes. "No, Evan, it's too dangerous. Don't." But I didn't move. I wasn't leaving her side. Her people had come, yes, but they weren't here to negotiate. They were here to retrieve their own, dead or alive. The aliens advanced. I raised my hands, ready to protect her at all costs. I said, "Don't touch her," she cried. Her words were sharp, commanding, but weak. My chest tightened. This young warrior, fragile and bleeding, had survived a freefall, yet feared her own kind. Then something unexpected happened. She reached for my hand, weakly but deliberately, and held on. "They will not harm me if you stand with me," she said, her voice stronger now. "Do not leave." The turning point, trust and revelation. The standoff lasted minutes, each second stretching into eternity. Then, slowly, one of the Sirkali lowered his weapon. "You protect her?" he demanded. "Yes," I said firmly. "She's under my care." "She is paralyzed, weak, unfit to live," another hissed. "She is alive," I said, "and she deserves a choice." The aliens froze, surprised by my defiance. The girl's fingers twitched in my hand and she whispered again, "Thank you, Evan." The words cut through the tension like a knife. In that moment, I understood. She wasn't just injured. She had been abandoned, left to die because her people saw her weakness as shame. "I will not abandon her," I said aloud.
"Not now."
"Not ever." Her eyes filled with tears, the faint violet glow of her skin deepening. "Then you are more than a human. You are my hope." The Sirkali didn't understand. I didn't care. I tightened my grip on her hand and stepped forward. "We leave together or no one moves." And, just as suddenly, the alien soldiers backed off. Respect? Fear? Both. I didn't know. What mattered was that she was safe for now. Ending. A new beginning. Days later, she was recovering in the Medbay under human care. I stayed close, constantly monitoring her progress. She could move her fingers, lift her head, even smile faintly. One evening, the lights dimmed, and she whispered my name again, softer this time. "Evan." I knelt beside her bed. "Yes." Her gaze locked with mine. "You offered me your hand when everyone else abandoned me. I don't know how to repay you." "You don't need to," I said gently. "Just survive. That's enough." She reached out, brushing my cheek. "You saved me, and maybe in saving me, you've changed yourself too." I smiled, feeling a warmth I hadn't expected. "Maybe, but it's worth it." Her chest rose and fell steadily now, stronger with each breath. For the first time since I found her, I felt hope, not just for her, but for whatever future we might share. Then, in the quiet glow of the Medbay, she whispered one final word. "Stay." And I did, because some bonds transcend species, worlds, and even the edge of death.